Okay, let's get started. As you know, I'm here to talk a little bit about the uCommerce marketing foundation today and give you guys an idea on how to use it, how to better use it, and give you some concrete ideas and tips on how to use it, for example, for the up-and-coming Christmas season. As you probably know, there's a lot of different core functionalities inside uCommerce. Here's a short diagram of them all, and what we'll be focusing on is, as I said, the marketing foundation. The agenda for today is a short introduction about who I am and why I'm speaking about this and what my credentials are for it. Short explanation on our AAA model on marketing foundation called Advertise, Act, Award. I'm going to give you some short practical examples on how to set up campaigns within the marketing foundation, within the backend, and demo it on our Avenue Clothing demo store. And then I'm going to give you 7 ideas on how to kickstart the Christmas season, which is, as you probably can see on the weather, just around the corner. Yeah, let's get started. About me. I've been working with IT for, I don't know, 20 years or something like that. And specifically, I've been working with e-commerce since 2004 with some large corporations within Denmark. And I've joined the uCommerce team about 5 months ago as online marketing manager. Before that, I was a freelancer, a consultant giving advice to different Danish web shops on how to do online marketing and conversion optimization. So I have a lot of background in how web shop owners think and how they can increase their revenue, their sales, and their online marketing activities. Right. I'm also responsible for building the first shop ever built on the uCommerce framework. So although I'm not a developer, I do have a bit of knowledge of both front-end and back-end code. You won't be seeing Visual Studio started up in this session, but there might be 2, maybe 3 lines of code in there somewhere. The rest is just on how to use the backend, how to use the marketing foundation, and to give you an idea on how it can be used to increase sales. Good. Basically, as explained, our marketing foundation is built around what we call a AAA model called Advertise, Act, and Award. The Advertise is where you advertise what it is you want to award for the customer. And an award can be, for example, free shipping, it can be a discount, it can be a percentage off an item's price. And with the advertise part, this is where you specify where you want to show this, advertise this to the customer. The act part is what triggers the award. For example, if you put 2 specific items in the shopping basket, well, then you're gonna get a 50% discount. And of course, the award part is, well, what is it actually that the customer gets? It can be a bit confusing, this model, but as soon as I go into the details on how to set up this and how to use it, I'm pretty sure it will be pretty self-explanatory. Good. Let me jump straight into a little demo on how to do some different common stuff with the marketing foundation. And these are the 4 items we'll go through. Free shipping, that's very common to offer free shipping when customers order over a certain amount. how to do discount on item prices, how to do product bundles, and how to do promo codes. And I'll switch out of PowerPoint now so you can see it straight from the back end. Let's see if I have it open here somewhere. There you go. You guys have probably seen this before, our most excellent demo store. Pretty basic, but still pretty beautiful, if you ask me. So the first item I want to demo is how to offer free shipping for certain for orders over a certain price. And here you have the back end of uCommerce and Umbraco, and you can see that the marketing part is empty. So what we start off with is creating a campaign. And I'll just call it generic campaigns because we want to offer this always, free shipping over a certain amount. And I'll just date it to sometime in the future so the campaign doesn't expire right away, and I'll enable it and press save. And reload, and as you can see, we've created our first campaign. Now we want to create a specific offer under this campaign. For example, free shipping over 500. And allow it to bundle with different offers. And here we have, here we have our AAA model, our Advertise, Act, and Award. And I'm going to start with the Act part and show you guys the Advertise part last. Because the Act, well, we want the award to be triggered if a customer buys for more than a certain amount. And here we enter 500 euros. And what should the award be? That should be a percentage of shipping total, as an example, and it's already pre-filled with 100%, which means that shipping will basically be free. And we can see this take effect out in the shop straight away. For example, if we buy one of these and one of these, oh right, shipping is later in the checkout process, so I won't waste time going through the whole checkout process, but if we went through it, you would see that although we chose a shipping method that actually costs money, it would have a discount on the basket. Yeah, okay, back to this. Well, it's nice that we can now offer free shipping for orders larger than 500 euros, but we also want to make the customer aware of this, and this is where the Advertise part comes in. And basically, we want to advertise this all over the site. So if I say, for example, here, choose product catalog group, add it, and choose, well, we want to show this on all of avenueclothing.com. Press save, and then tell the system, well, what kind of ad is it actually that we want to display. Then I go into the ad part here, and I've already uploaded some banners for this. And we have here free shipping over 500, and we could make it link to a page, specific page, if we had created one explaining this. And press save to this. And bam. Inside the template system in uCommerce and Umbraco, I've created a macro, a field, that pulls out all the ads that uCommerce tells me should be displayed on this page that I'm viewing here. The ad system is sort of context aware. So if I say, well, you should display this ad all over the shop, it'll display it all over on all pages. But I could also have chosen and say, well, just display it under shoes, and it would just show up under shoes. But more on that later. And that's basically how it works. The Advertise system is, as I mentioned, pretty simple. It only requires a little bit of coding, and let me just show you how I've done that. And please remember, I'm not a developer. So when I can figure out how to do this, well, almost everyone can. First of all, I've gone into the template system, found out where I want to want to insert a banner position, which is here on the left side of the website, and somewhere down here I've just inserted a macro. Let me increase the font size here so you guys can see it better. Just a simple macro. And let me jump over to the code and show you how simple it is. Basically, we start out by grabbing hold of what we call a targeting service. And that's basically a service that is context aware, that knows where on the website, where on the web shop is the user currently browsing, what kind of items does he have in the shopping basket, etc., 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 and then knows, well, which of our marketing campaigns can be showed in this specific context. And this targeting service, there's a method called get targeted campaigns, returns a list of the campaign items that can be displayed in this context. And then the macro basically checks, well, how many campaigns can be actually shown in this context, and if there are any, well, it'll just display the first one, which is an image with a link. And that's basically it. What's that? 8 lines of code, more or less. Well, 18 lines of code. And there you have it, more or less a context-aware advertising system for your website. Good. That was more or less the only coding that I'll be showing in this demo. Hope that it wasn't too bad. Let me go ahead with the next demo of the next marketing campaign, specifically how you can discount specific items. Let's go ahead. For example, during a Christmas sale, you may want to put a 10% discount on all shirts or socks or whatever Christmas-related items you may have. So let's create a specific Christmas sale campaign for this. And we could go in and choose a date here and tell it to end specifically on December the 24th or 25th, depending on which country you're in. And let's go ahead and enable it. Now we have a specific Christmas campaign that will expire automatically on December the 24th. Okay, let's go in and try to reduce the price on all our shirts, all our formal shirts in the shop. And that's all these shops. As you can see, there's just one basic price listed on all of them. First, I'm specifying what is it that this award is going to be triggered on, and I'm choosing a category here and going down into the demo store and choosing formal shirts right here. and then choosing that there should be a discount on all these items. 50% discount on all formal shirts. And allow it to stack. And if the demo guards are with me, you can see all of a sudden there's a reduced price on all items. And that's a pretty common task to do for most web shop owners. For example, during a sales season also that comes right after the Christmas season. Most, for example, clothing, apparel shops and so on are having a sale starting around December, start of January, where they have to reduce the prices on a lot of items. But here you can specifically set up a bunch of rules saying, well, this product category should have 10% off. This product category should have 20% off. And the web shop owner himself can do all this without having to go to each and every product and reduce the price, or without grabbing hold of a developer who has to go into the database and reduce all prices at once, or stuff like that. The web shop owner himself can just create a simple rule telling how much, which products, which categories should be reduced with which amount, and can even set up a time limit, as you saw with the date selection on the Christmas sale. Right. Now, of course, it is visible here on the price where we are showing a before and now price, but we also want to advertise this. And we want to, let's say, advertise it on a specific category. And say, well, as soon as the user clicks on the formal category, we want to display a different banner. And we go into the ad section here. And I have a banner prepared, 50% off tops. And then we go out to the demo store here, and this is our generic banner that is shown everywhere. And now the banner should change when I click on formal. Whoops, it didn't. Let me explain why. That's because these campaigns are prioritized, and as you can see, the generic campaign is on top of the Christmas sale campaign. And if we go on in and change the priority of these two campaigns, we can say which advertisement is more important to show to the user in a given context. And if I refresh the shop now, you can see the banner changes as soon as we go into the correct category. If we are anywhere else, the shop displays the generic ad. So here you have a brief demo of the context-aware part of the Advertise part of the marketing foundation. Good. Now let me try and demo another sort of campaign, a bit more advanced campaign, specifically how to do a product bundle. Let's say our clothing store here wants to sell a specific outfit. And go in. I'd like to bundle it with further discounts and say if a client or a customer buys a specific black and white formal shirt, and of course when you buy shirts you also need a tie, and we know that this Paul Smith tie here goes particularly well with this shirt? Well, in order to entice the customer to jump on this offer, then we want to give a 50% discount on the tie, just the tie and not the shirt. Let's see if I can remember this. It's a bit advanced part. It's discounts. It's the bottom one, of course. There you go. And let's say we want to give, if the customer buys this shirt and this tie, we want to give 50% off the price on this item with the SKU 19849, which is the tie, as you can see down here. Good. Now we've basically created a product bundle. And of course, again, we want to advertise this. But we want to advertise it when we are standing, when the customer is viewing this specific shirt. So we go in and choose the shirt. And go in and choose one of the banner ads I've prepared. Good. And let's see. Out here we have the generic banner. Still the generic banner. 50% off tops. And let's see what happens when we go down and view the shirt. Well, the banner should, the bundle banner should have been shown here. But again, we need to prioritize the campaigns for still the formal shirt, the discounted price is listed higher than the outfit campaign items. So we need to say, well, if the conditions for outfit is met, then it takes priority over the other one. Let's view. There you go. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah. And we can test it out if we add the shirt to the basket. And then, of course, I should have linked the banner to the tie. I think it's this one. And we add this one to the basket. You can see the tie itself costs 79 euros. And now you can see, well, there's actually a 50% discount on it because it's bundled with the shirt. And that's a pretty advanced feature, if you ask me, that you can easily create your own product bundles like this and entice the user to buy more than just a shirt. It can be pretty powerful, and specifically powerful because the shop owner can configure this himself and play around with it all that he wants and advertise where he wants on the website and so on and so on. Good. Let me demo one last part. One of the things that I find is particularly powerful when doing online marketing and offline marketing for web shops, and that's promo codes. Good. Let's try and create a different campaign here. We could have created it on one of the other campaigns, but I like to keep it apart. Say, well, let's create some promotion code that give, for example, a 10% discount during December, the month of December, and then give these promotion codes to our best customers, or post them on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever online media we use as a store owner. We choose an end date and enable the campaign. And then creating a campaign for this is pretty easy. And we just, on the ag part, choose promotion code. And here we can either create just a single promotion code or bulk generate a ton, for example, 1,000 promotion codes. But let's just create one and call it Xmas 2013. Now you can limit the amount of uses on it. If you don't want a limit, just set it to 9,999. Then we add it, and we can either manually add more promotion codes or generate automatically more than that. And press save. And as you can see, for example, if you automatically created 1,000 promotion codes, well, you most likely want to use those individual promotion codes in some other tool. And here's a button where you can export it as a comma separated file or to an Excel spreadsheet or so on. And then, as usual, you choose what is it that this, what kind of award is it that this act should give the customer, and of course it's percentage of order. Add it and say, oh, this is a 10% discount. And allow it to stack with other discounts and press save to it. And here you'll notice that I haven't specified any advertise part, because of course we don't want to advertise these promotion codes anywhere on the website. That would be kind of silly. We want to distribute these promotion codes through all kinds of other channels, for example in newsletters or on Facebook or anywhere else, and we can try and use it. Let's see, let's add an item to the basket first that is not discounted. You can see the price is $65. Then we'll add the voucher or the promotion code. And you can see all of a sudden there's a discount on it. You can choose yourself whether you want to show a separate line with the promotion code once it's added, whether you want to discount it on each item, wherever you want to display this promotion code on the basket. The guys, you guys that have worked as developers or partners on uCommerce knows that you can pretty much yourself decide how you want to display the different values, whether they should be including VAT or excluding or whatever. So, but that's basically how you create a promotion code. Good. Let me jump back to the PowerPoint presentation and see if I missed anything. And of course, there are way more. Oh, let me swap these here. There are way more examples on how you can use our marketing foundation for creating different campaigns, and you can find more of those on our YouTube channel, which I will link to in the end. And if you want something specific on how to create a specific campaign that doesn't work out of the box in uCommerce, you probably know about our framework first model, which means that any developer can expand on the marketing foundation and do whatever it is the webshop owner wants to do with just adding a few lines of codes. Good. That was concrete examples, a short demo on how to use the marketing foundation on our Avenue shop. Let me click through them here. Now to one of the, what I find more exciting parts, 7 specific ideas on how you can increase the sale in a web shop during Christmas. And what's good about these specific ideas is that they can't actually be created in the marketing foundation out of the box, most of them. They do require a little bit of coding, which means that our partners can get even a tighter relationship to the webshop owners and start working specifically on creating more revenue for the webshop owners, which I know is every webshop owner's dream. So let's jump straight into it. And let me pitch the first idea a webshop owner can use. Just excuse me for a second. Okay. Now, this idea is really, really effective and combines both online and offline marketing, and very few people are doing it, which really, I don't know why, because it's pretty easy to execute and it is so effective that it's just silly. You start by identifying customers who hasn't bought in your shop in the past 6 months. That requires a little bit of coding or a bit of SQLing or whatever that's called. Or you could, if it's a specific Christmas campaign, you could create a list of all the customers who bought from you last December month. Then create a unique 10% discount code that expires on December the 24th. Create a snail mail Christmas card with the discount in it and snail mail it to all these customers. Remember, these are customers that has bought from you before, so it should be pretty easy to sell to them again. They already know you, and hopefully they've had a good and positive experience with your shop. And specifically, if the address list you create is of customer who hasn't bought from you in the past 6 months or 8 months or whatever suits your business, you really want to start working on identifying those customers and reactivating them and pull them into your shop again. Now, what's beautiful or tricky with combining the offline marketing with the online marketing is that, and here's a little warning, I only know about the marketing law in Denmark, so you need to check up on this in specific countries. But the online marketing law and the offline marketing law in Denmark is a bit disconnected, which means although that the customer who has bought from you in the past has specifically told you, you can't send me a newsletter, an email newsletter, you can still send them snail mail, offline snail mail. There's no way they can tell you that they don't want you, they don't want offers through snail mail, through letters, through postcards from you. So you can just go ahead, print a Christmas card, a Christmas greeting card saying Christmas is right around the corner. We know you have bought from us before, and we would so love to give you this 10% off discount code during the Christmas season, so you can buy those perfect gift for your family and friends and kids and so on. Now, a little warning again: check up on your local laws, because in Denmark you have to check those addresses, physical addresses, against something that's called the Robinson list. That's a public list where people can opt in with their address on it, and then nobody can snail mail a marketing offer to them. But very, very few normal people in Denmark knows about this list, so hardly anyone is on it. but you still need to do it, because if you get caught doing something illegal like this, there's a hefty fine. But this is a pretty effective idea, specifically because it's targeted against reactivating old customers who might, for some reason, not have shopped with you for some time. Good. On to the next idea. During Christmas, do a flash sale or a pop-up sale on specific items or categories. The little example I've typed here, that Santa's little helper has gone nuts with a price gun in the warehouse, and for the next 24 hours there's a 10% discount on all socks. That promotes a sense of urgency. So if the customer sees this and says, well, I was wondering if my husband should get some socks for Christmas gift, well, I'd better act within the next 24 hours, because then I can save 10%. Well, after those 24 hours, the next day, you create a similar offer and saying, well, this time Santa's little helper has gone nuts in some other area of the warehouse, and now all shirts are 25% off. And of course, you can create all these campaigns in advance with the date selector you saw on the campaigns, and have them start up and shut down automatically. The same with advertising this campaign on your site. The banners can be shifted out automatically by the system. And as every webshop owner or marketing guys knows, sense of urgency is one of the key ingredients to getting people to shop, specifically during the Christmas season. Good. Let's jump on to the next idea. Kind of similar, but I've seen a lot of webshop owners do a Christmas calendar, where on day one you can create a banner where December the 1st kind of opens up, and behind December the 1st is some 10% off on these specific socks. Next day, the banner with the Christmas calendar opens up number 2, December the 2nd, and you can have another discount on another specific item. And again, you can plan this in advance, so you don't have to do anything as a store owner. It'll just handle everything automatically. Good. Next thing, Christmas themed product bundles. And here, a concrete example: buy these 2 items and we'll add some cute Christmas antlers to your order for free. You can have it start up automatically on December the 1st and have it shut down on December the 20th or 24th or something like that. I know a lot of children's apparel shops have done this, where they've created sort of Christmas themed outfits for kids, and they've really sold well with all the moms around the world. Good. Next tip. Of course, one of the things most business-to-consumer shops run into during the Christmas season is the specific question: when is the last day we can order, so we are sure that we'll get the goods in time for Christmas. And there's also all sorts of other questions related to the Christmas season. Do you do gift wrapping? And so on and so on and so on. A simple thing to do is to create an Advertise campaign and create a banner where you answer these simple questions. Order before the 20th, December the 20th, and we're sure that you'll get the package within Christmas night, Christmas evening. And of course, we do free gift wrapping. You can create a banner like that starts out automatically on December the 1st and removes itself on December the 20th or 24th or whenever you want it. And you can, of course, also add an award part to that campaign that adds free gift wrapping to every basket. So every order that is placed within this time period receives free gift wrapping, or something like that. A little could be, for example, that you want to add those antlers to all orders, just to add a little bit of fun to all orders going out in December month. And you can create a campaign that automatically adds those antlers to all orders placed. Right? Okay, on to the next one. This isn't particularly Christmas specific, but discount codes are brilliant for offline marketing. Let me tell you a little story. I had a customer once that right when we added promotion codes to her web shop, she was phoned by her local newspaper asking, do you want to place an ad in our newspaper next weekend? And I was her online marketing consultant, so she called me and asked, should I have an offline ad in this local newspaper viewed by perhaps 10,000 people? Now, normally, if you ask an online marketing guide, should I do offline marketing, you will get the answer no. You're better off setting your money on fire, at least then you'll get some heat out of it. But it was only, it was pretty cheap. It was only 2,000 Danish kroners for the ad, and we had just added promotion codes to her web shop. So I said, well, I think it'll be a waste of your money, but let's test it. Let's, I mean, 2,000 bucks, that's not a lot. Let's print the ad, but make sure you add a 10% discount code to the ad, because first of all, then the reader will have a reason to react on the ad. I mean, if there's just a regular ad for her shop in the newspaper, the reader might say, "Ooh, this is an interesting shop. Maybe I'll go there and browse later on." They'll turn the page and they will have forgotten everything about you. But if they can see a discount and they can see a discount code, a promo code, there's a better chance they'll remember the ad and maybe even cut it out of the newspaper to save it. That's the first part. The second part is the promotion code you printed in that ad must be unique. You must not use it anywhere else, because then you can measure how many orders comes in with this specific promotion code, and then you can measure the effect of the specific offline campaign. Now, as I said before, in this particular story, the local newspaper ad was only 2,000 Danish kroners. So of course I was a bit excited to see how much turnover it actually generated with this specific promotion code. So a month after the ad was printed, I went into the system and made a report to see how many orders with this promotion code were generated. And wouldn't you have it, it actually generated 10,000 Danish kroners in revenue. Now, I think it's a bit of a one-off, but it's a valuable lesson, and it's a valuable, extremely valuable tool that you are now able to measure on your offline marketing campaigns. So that's a little story from my world. Let's jump to the last idea. This is a bit more advanced, and again, it's not specifically a Christmas-themed campaign idea, but again, it's a very, very effective idea that I see very, very few people use. First of all, you need to identify, for example, blogs on regular websites that are sending both traffic and orders to you. And as you can see in my slides here, it's pretty easy to generate inside, for example, Google Analytics. Just go in on the traffic sources, referrals, and then sort it after transactions. You'll get other websites in that list, for example, Facebook, unless you do some specific markup on campaigns you run on Facebook. But you can pretty easily go through the list and see, this website, this is a blog. Interesting. Okay. They might have written something about me in the past. Now the next step, after you identified a handful of interesting blogs or websites that are linking to you or sending traffic to you. Generate a time-limited 10% off discount code for each of those sites. And make sure it's time limited. Let's say next month, for example, that it only lasts a month. Then email the blog owner or the website owner with a thank you email and say, wow, we can see that you're sending visitors to us. We're extremely happy about that, and we can see you've written about our website in the past. Wow, we're extremely happy about that. And to give you something in return, here's a 10% discount code on all our product that works for the next month. And PS, you can use it yourself, but we don't mind if you share it with other people also. Now what will happen is that if it's, for example, a blog owner you write to with this 10% discount code, they will immediately do a post on you and write this 10% discount code on that blog post and link to you. Now remember, and this is why it is so important that the discount code expires, for example in a month, you can say, well, you might not make so much money on orders coming in with this specific discount code, but that at least only lasts for a month. But the link from the blog owner, that will most likely last forever, because in a month's time the blog owner has forgotten everything about you and nobody goes in specifically and removes the link to you. And this is an extremely powerful tool to get those high quality links from different blog owners, something that is extremely valuable when you talk search engine optimization. Good. That was 7 of my ideas on how to generate more sales during the Christmas season. And as you can see, it's a big mix of different things that can done. Some can actually be done directly from our marketing foundation, and some requires a little bit of coding. But this is where we're trying to sort of match our partners and the webshop owners in a closer relation by giving them ideas on how to increase business. That's about it. In the end, I will, of course, would love to, if you are not already signed up to our newsletter, go on to our website, scroll down to the bottom, sign up to our newsletter. We're also on Twitter. We have more videos and more specific examples on how to use Marketing Foundation on our YouTube channel. And we're also on Google+, where we will be doing more and more and posting more stuff. And I'll be posting these tips during the next week also. Maybe we can get a bit discussion going over on Google+ on how to actually implement these tips, and so on and so on and so on. Good. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I'll see if I can answer them. And yes, this video is being recorded. Let me see. Yes, I remembered to press record. And I think Thomas will post it to you tomorrow. Yeah. Good. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. Or you can always hit me up on Twitter, Google+, or by email. Good. One question coming up. right? So the question is, I've noticed that on our solution the marketing campaigns are in a light gray color. Is that because of the license? Yes. Oh, you have a pro license. Just a second. Have you already downloaded and installed the license files? Because it pretty much sounds like uCommerce thinks you're still on the free edition. It's either that or, and this is one of the mistakes I've done a ton of times, double check that you've selected a start date and end date that is still that it is valid. For example, one thing that confused me a lot when I started preparing this is that I of course selected a start date December the 1st, and immediately the campaign and the campaign items went light gray, and I was like, why doesn't this work? So that's the two suggestions I have to what might be your problem. That's yeah, I think so too. And that, to answer that, I have to look at the specific website to try and solve that. Good. Any more questions? Yeah, one last question coming up, and my own Twitter handle is, I'll type it in the chat, but I recommend following the uCommerce Twitter handle instead, because my own Twitter account, I tweet mainly in Danish and about a ton of other stuff than in particularly e-commerce related stuff. So be warned. Good. A question coming up from Matt. Could the marketing tool be used for gift vouchers, for example? So I'm guessing you mean gift vouchers for example, a 100 euro gift voucher you can give to a specific customer. It doesn't work out of the box. We are working on it. It'll come in a future edition, but I can't promise anything on when it will come. But again, I can say that because of the framework first of uCommerce, it is not that hard to build yourself. I've actually done it with the first store I built on uCommerce, and back then there wasn't anything called Marketing Foundation. And again, remember, I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer, and I did it, and I think it took me maybe a day or so. So it's not hard to do. It's not easy, but it's not that hard to do. But we are working on adding it to the framework. Good. Okay, one last question from, oh, I'm sorry. I there's no chance I'll pronounce your name right. Joao, I hope that's right. I was wondering about the dynamic order property on the act part. Can you talk about it? How can we use it? Well, to be honest, I haven't tried using it myself. So no, I would love to talk about it, but I haven't played around with it myself. But I think it's maybe a bit self-explanatory. For example, if you have an order property saying whether they have chosen to sign up to your newsletter or not. If you have a dynamic property on the order called newsletter, that sort of corresponds to the yes, please sign me up to your newsletter, and call it true. If that's true, then they automatically get 10% off. I haven't tested this, but that's what I imagine it can be used for. And before you go out and pitch this idea, please check up on your local laws. It's a bit iffy. It's not exactly legal, for example, in Denmark, but it's, yeah, you will see some people use it out there. So, good. I guess that was it. I hope you got something out of it. And of course, as mentioned earlier, we have recorded this demo, and Thomas will email you a link to it. And do follow us on both YouTube and Google+, because since I started working for uCommerce, we'll be starting producing a ton of videos and content and everything about how to use specific parts of our system, both as a webshop owner, but also as a partner and a developer. And we'll be posting those things on YouTube, on Google+, and of course our website. Good. I think I'll end it here then. Thanks for stopping by, and have a nice day.